This is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold is hot.
You're like the #1 draw in wrestling.
Yeah, basically.
Find out why the WWF champ is in such high demand.
Well, yeah, I enjoy all the outside exposure that I can get. I mean, everybody that watches our program, sees all of the World Wrestling Federation superstars. The way to break out of that and push other envelopes is get the crossover vehicles.
The self-described king of all media, Howard Stern, catches up with the king of the mat, WWF champion Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And now you've had incredible success, right? You're like the #1 draw in wrestling.
But how do you get into wrestling? I mean, there's no,
Well, I watched it when I was a kid. I grew up in South Texas, so I used to watch Houston wrestling. Getting about 30 feet from the ring, I said, well, hell, if those guys can do it, I can too. Basically a character, personality type thing, and something that the crowd can identify with.
Right.
Seeing a guy out there in blue trunks going against a guy in red trunks, that's pretty vanilla, that's pretty generic, it's pretty boring.
Right.
So, it's a combination of a lot of things.
There you have it, the secret to rating success revealed by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wink, wink.
Meanwhile, another busy week of appearances for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Did you catch the WWF Champ's return to Nash Bridges for the season finale Friday night? And Stone Cold also hits the late night circuit, taking on Craig Kilborn's traditional 5 questions.
Start with geography. You're from Texas.
Right.
What northern Texas town shares the name of a famous French city?
Paris.
That is correct. Paris, Texas. Category is literature. What Chile, Truman Capote crime book was turned into a movie?
In Cold Blood.
That is correct. Better appetizer, onion rings or cheese fries?
Oh, hell, you got to go with the onion rings, man.
That is correct. Use the words whoop ass and Vince McMahon in a sentence.
It's always fun to open up the hell of a can of whoop on Vince McMahon.
I want you to be honest on this last one.
Honest as I can be.
Finally, when you lose a match, do you ever go home and cry?
All right. Yes.
That is correct.
Stone Cold's in such high demand these days, it seems everywhere you turn, there's Steve Austin.
I mean, this next guy coming out thinks he's some kind of rattlesnake.
Imagine that.
All right, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't want to be Steve Austin.
They say that rattlesnakes don't make good pets, but in the case of the WWF champion Stone Cold Steve Austin, the media has been charmed by this sidewinder.
Yeah, I enjoy all the outside exposure that I can get. I mean, everybody that watches our program, sees all of the World Wrestling Federation superstars. The way to break out of that and push other envelopes is get the crossover vehicles.
Stone Cold Steve Austin for 1-800-COLLECT.
I'm not talking to you. What did I do? You're so insensitive.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
The 1-800-COLLECT commercial that I did with D'Lo Brown was a whole lot of fun. And to be able to kind of take what we do and mellow it out a little bit and kind of humorous commercial, let people see a different side of you. And also with someone like D'Lo Brown, that was a Showtime deal. And the feedback I got from that was real positive too.
All right, let's talk about your burgeoning acting career.
Stone Cold's mass appeal has reached Hollywood, landing the budding actor a recurring role on Nash Bridges.
Hey, all right. I admit the monster truck rally wasn't the best first date, but I'd like to make it up to you. What do you say?
The first acting gig I had on Nash Bridges, I was a guy called Jake Cage, so it was the part was designed for me, and to be able to go back and work on that character a few more times, I can mold that to exactly what I think he is. But yeah, it's always a challenge to get out of this vehicle and to step into something else and try to perform. And I always enjoy doing something like that. I always like the challenge.
So what's next for Mr. Media?
When I think of what's next for Stone Cold Steve Austin, I always look at the next day, my next match, the next pay-per-view. So I don't plan anything too far ahead, but certainly to finish my run as Stone Cold Steve Austin as the World Wrestling Federation champion, and then maybe after that, try to break into the acting type thing. And if that doesn't work out, I think it will, but I'm just going to kick back and start doing a lot more hunting and fishing, basically.